Hello, welcome to Todd Miller TV, joined here today with Oana. We are going to talk about eminent domain in North Las Vegas. So there's this group, they're called Mortgage Resolution Partners, and they tried to do this in San Bernardino County last year. And here's what they do. Okay, they try to convince the municipality, the government of the city or what county, to declare eminent domain, which is like where you say, we're going to take these houses, we're going to strip ownership of the houses, and we're going to give it to the government. The government's going to build a park. That's what eminent domain is. Okay, and they're doing it under the guise of quote unquote stabilizing the sagging housing market that we have here. Okay, and what they're going to do is they're going to take mortgage loans. They're going to get the city of North Las Vegas to take mortgage loans, throw them out, tell the people that securitize those, good luck, we just took them back. We're going to put our own in place, and then there's going to be money distributed. Some of it's going to go to the mortgage resolution partners, imagine that. Some goes to the city. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to try this money play, and then the good nature of this is that those people now are going to have a mortgage that is more reasonable because it's for market value and not whatever was they agreed to. Okay. So, first of all, do you think that the housing market needs to be stabilized that way? And do you even think, from your experience, eminent domain has anything to do with that?
Well, first of all, I think the housing market in Las Vegas has stabilized. We've seen values increasing for the past 18 months to 2 years. Yep. So the housing market has stabilized. You know, the economy is doing better. Interest rates are super low. People that were underwater before, a lot of them are no longer underwater, so I don't think it needs to be stabilized. The second part of your question was, do I think that that all of this falls under eminent domain? And the answer is no. Eminent domain is for the public good. There is no public good in this except to create revenue for the city and for this company that is pitching this idea. And lastly, this is incredibly dangerous to do. I mean, who's going to want to lend in Nevada if this is what can happen? I mean, if I do an owner will carry, and I've done that before. If I do an owner will carry, and then all of a sudden the city comes in and goes, you know, the money that you're owed, forget it. We're going to just redo everything, and you have no control over this. Who would want to do business under those terms?
No bank.
No, it's a very short-sighted approach, and honestly, it's a greedy approach. They're simply looking to put money in the city coffers and in this company's coffers. There's nothing beneficial for the public under this. There's no way that it's not going to be challenged in court,
right.
And I can't imagine that a court would uphold something like this.
So let's say this all happens. What's going to happen if somebody wants to go buy a house in North Las Vegas and get a loan, and they go to Bank of America and go, hey, I want to buy a house in North Las Vegas, I need a loan for the whole amount?
The answer is going to be no thank you.
Right, because they say if I loan in a market, in a community where they're doing this, nothing stops them the next day from the community going, oh, we're going to take that loan too. Sorry, we're Bank of America, we're now going to issue our own loan, they'll pay us the money, and we'll each take some profit from it,
right.
And no one would loan there.
No.
I mean, you would. Okay. What was most interesting to me about, there are numerous articles and about what they're talking about here, is that this somehow helps the sagging market. This does not bring a new home to market, and it doesn't take a distressed home off the market. This just takes existing notes that are on and these people are paying them. Okay, this just takes someone who has a legitimate note that they're paying on, because they only want ones people are actually paying on, because they can't make money if they're not paying on it. And they strip that lien, put it, basically what they're doing is wiping out the lien and putting their own lien on. That's what they're doing. And I just don't see any public good in telling somebody, whatever, you loaned money, but that's too bad.
I hate to sound political about this, but it's just so un-American. I mean, this is like what other countries do when they nationalize, our mines, and they nationalize our business interests, in other countries. The idea that the city of North Las Vegas would basically, nationalize these loans is just completely abhorrent to me.
Well, it didn't. I did a video on it. You can go back and look last year. I did a video on this because they talked about doing this in San Bernardino. It didn't work there. It's not going to work here. I think it's a terrible idea. That's not what eminent domain is for. They've mischaracterized what's going on in the housing market, especially since we had a 2% appreciation last month. That was the number for April. It was a 2% for the month. We just don't need this. This is bad for everybody here, and there's not enough revenue generated to the city for how bad this is.
Even if there was revenue generated to the city, this is so un-American that it's absolutely intolerable.
So what about nationalizing? What about the city eminent domain on their bank accounts, saying we need that money?
Right.
I mean, they tried that in Southern Europe recently.
That's right.
And it basically Cyprus tried that.
That didn't work out for them.
They said, hey, we're just going to take 10% out of all your savings accounts. That's essentially what this is. A very big stretch of eminent domain.
It is, and it hurts everybody. It helps no one, and like I said, it is just so un-American. I can't even imagine how somebody even brought it up.
And the other thing is that's untested is these securities, these mortgage securities, they are federally secured. They're not backed with the full faith of the U.S. government, but they're federally secured by Ginnie Mae, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. They're traded in the secondary markets. They've been put together, and they may not be able to actually step into that. Right. It hasn't been tested legally, but that's possible.
And you make a really good point. So what happens to mortgages that have mortgage insurance on them? I mean, how does that all play out? It's a lot more complicated than the city is even equipped to contemplate, let alone the elected officials that are dabbling in this.
My prediction is it doesn't happen, that it gets shot down. Either the city finally goes, hey, we don't want to do this, and if it does happen, that the court somewhere says, no, you can't do it. Somebody steps in and goes, no, that you can't do this. Well,
Nevada courts tend to be conservative, so I do have faith in the Nevada courts that they will not let this go through.
Anyway, I thought I would share that with you. That's what we believe about this terrible idea. These people need to go away, go to some other state and try this, maybe China or someplace like that. Okay, anyway, that's my update for today, and hope to see you on another video. Thanks.